Hello again, everybody. Zach Attack is here with this Thanksgiving Eve edition of the Attack Line on this Wednesday, November the 26th, 2014. What I'm dressing a little sharp today for this being the Thanksgiving Eve edition of the Attack Line. Hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving tomorrow. I will be spending it mostly with the fam watching the Lions. Hopefully they get a win over the Bears for their Thanksgiving game. But that's on the Attack Sports topics of choice. This is the Attack Line topics of choice. And the topics would kick off with me, DJ Zach Attack, and my recent gigs since I haven't made an Attack Line in about a week. But I'm back after 2 gigs this past weekend. I had a special needs dance this past Friday. And the special needs and splash bashes are both done with Parks and Rec, and they're up and down. Sometimes they're good attendance, sometimes they're bad attendance. Of course, the Splash Bash 2 weeks ago was bad attendance, was attendance since May, but it was still a decent show. Same special needs this past Friday. More attendance than Splash Bash for sure, but not as much as October. October special needs and Splash Bashes were both awesome. November was kind of an okay one for both, but special needs was decent this past week. Still a decent show, despite a lot of my regulars not showing up because of weather or a hockey game. Depends on who you talk to. It was still a decent show. A lot of people danced a little bit. It was still a fun show with the Welcome to the Jungle theme. They were all wearing like tiger shirts and lion shirts and stuff. And of course, animal stuff. So that was my fun. It was okay, decent attendance show, and it ended up being a fun show after all. So there you go. I had a lot more time to kill because I had some karaoke. I do have some people that sing karaoke well. They sing to the music. They don't have lyrics. They just sing to the music. It's something people like to sing to the music. Weren't there this past week, so I had to fill in the blanks. So Saturday, I left that day open. I was supposed to have a gig this past Saturday. I had a scheduled gig. Got canceled on me last minute. So I had an opening for this past Saturday for the Woburn High School girls volleyball team. If they were to win the state championship, I would do a celebration party for them on Saturday. Well, they won. That's awesome. The Woburn High School girls won the state volleyball championship. And the celebration party took place at the Woburn High School cafeteria this past Saturday, and it was a whole lot of fun, man. It was a party. And it was a celebration. Girls were dancing. I expected a little bit of dancing, but there's a lot more dancing than I thought it was going to be. It was a whole lot of fun. Everybody enjoyed it. And it was a night that the girls will never forget, celebrating their state championship with me helping them celebrate in style. Thank you again to Romeo for letting me be a part of that history-making night. First ever major state championship for Romeo. My dad was on the baseball team that made it 2 states, but they were the runners-up. They didn't win the state championship. So it's going to cool my dad, who's my roadie, who was a state champion runner-up, saw the girls volleyball team celebrate their state championship. So congrats to them. Big achievement for them. And thank you again for letting me be a part of your celebration festivities. Now, let's kick off with your number 1 movie in America. Well, who was number 1? Oh, right. Dumb and Dumber 2 got kicked off as I expected. That the odds were not going to be in their favor, as Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1 debuted at number 1 with a decent 123. Still not as much as the other 2 films, but still not bad of an opening. I did see Hunger Games Part 2. You know what I mean. Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1. I saw the first 2 on my box. Now I saw the third one in theater because I got a gift card. I wanted to use a gift card at the local Romeo Theater. They finally had a good movie. They have only 2 movies in the Romeo Theater. Most of them get like family PG movies. So I was waiting for a good movie to come to Romeo so I could use my gift card, and finally Hunger Games came out. It was a decent, someone called it an overbloated 2.5-hour trailer for the next film. But I thought it was brilliantly done. I thought it set up everything properly for the final chapter, Part 2 of Mockingjay. Because you do that with all major movie franchises based on major book series. The last book's always a 2-part series. 2 movies for the last book. Mockingjays no exception. Part 1 came out, now Part 2 is coming up next year. Can't wait to see Part 2 because Part 1 I thought was brilliantly done. It's great moments in that Part 1. I don't want to spoil that for anybody. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out. With Mockingjay Part 1, #1 movie in America. Now, since I haven't done the Billboard #1s in about 2 weeks, since I didn't make an Atakline on last week, let me review last week's #1 and this week's #1. Last week, Taylor Swift regained the #1 spot for the 3rd week in a row, with, of course, 1989 was last week's #1 album. This week, we have a new #1 album, being Taylor's ex. Says Harry's band, One Direction's 4. I knew they were going to kick off Taylor Swift for sure. They debuted with the #1 album with 4 full album for them, and they made history. They're the first band ever to debut at #1 with the first full albums. Beyonce and Britney Spears were females that debuted at #1 with their first full albums, but now One Direction's a group that's done it. But while Taylor Swift did get kicked off this week from her #1 album spot, she's still #1 single. Last week, she made history by kicking herself off, with Blank Space kicking off Shake It Off. And Blank Space remains at #1 for the 2nd week in a row. This week, after landing at #1 last week. So let's get interested to see Taylor Swift get kicked off by Taylor Swift. And speaking of T. Swizzle, she had performed this past Sunday at the American Music Awards. She was one of many highlights in a crazy film performance of Blank Space, along with Selena Gomez's haunting performance of her new single. I didn't see the AMAs. I was watching wrestling event. They always have the wrestling event the same night as the American Music Awards. I didn't DVR it though. I should have, but I didn't. But the AMAs were a big night. Decent ratings. The big winners were One Direction winning the Artist of the Year. Big week for them. #1 album and the Artist of the Year AMAs. Kind of questionable. Looking at that means it could have been Katy's year, it could have been Eminem's year, but hey, one day, hey, even though the new single doesn't do so well, no one's requesting it in my shells. It need another best song ever in my mind. Another poppy, dancey song. None of the new songs are dancey in this album. I heard snippets of the songs on 4 more rock flavored than I would have liked, but still, fans are going to dig it no matter what. New artists, their opening act, 5 Seconds of Summer, finally avenged losing at the VMAs for Best New Artist to Fifth Harmony, winning the Best New Artist this time around. Even though One Direction also won Best Band, Duo, Group, they also won Best Album, Pop, Rock. So they won other awards besides that, and of course, Katy Perry ended up winning 2 awards herself, winning Single of the Year for Dark Horse, questionable. I think Fancy should have won it, but hey. Or Happy, but hey. Dark Horse is okay. I'm starting to go to like it. She was won Best Female Pop Artist. Best Male went to Sam Smith. That was kind of a deserved there. Then we had the Country Awards. We had, of course, Luke Bryan winning Best Male Artist. The country Female was Carrie Underwood over Miranda. Even though Carrie hasn't released anything new in a year or two, besides a new single from her Greatest Hits album. For Little Georgia Line, favorite country duo group, makes sense. Bentley Gilbert, Best Country Album. In the hip-hop category, it was dominated by Iggy Azalea, winning Best Hip-Hop Artist, and questionable decision for many people, winning Best Hip-Hop Album for the new classic over Eminem. I will say that was questionable, but still, hey, I like Iggy. Pop or rap, don't. Who care you? R&B wise, John Legend won Best Male R&B, and Beyonce won Best R&B Female, and along with Best Album. For R&B, for no surprise, Beyonce album. Other awards, Katy Perry also won Best Adult Contemporary Artist. Kevin Harris won Best EDM Artist. And Best Soundtrack, no shit, Frozen. That was predictable. The only awards that had the Best Soundtrack. And speaking of Katy Perry, I said in my Atakline maybe like a month or 2 ago that there were rumors flying about Katy Perry being the Superbowl Halftime show for Super Bowl 49. Now, I said this on my Atakline when this rumor came out, that Katy would be a fine choice for the Super Bowl Halftime show because she has so many pop hits, And she appeals to males and females because males are going to like her because she's hot. And females like her because she's Katy Perry. She's got good songs. Because when you get the Super Bowl, you have a diverse audience. Not just males, but females and families. And the kids and the females are going to like Katy Perry because they know their songs. Well, rumor no more. It's official. Katy Perry will be the Super Bowl 49 halftime show in Arizona on February the 1st of 2015. Now, like I said, it's a good choice. I think Bruno Mars was a decent choice for this past Super Bowl, but he doesn't have the amount of pop hits that Katy Perry does. When you're an artist that has 7 number 1 singles on your name, or 9 number 1s, or 10, I think I lost count of how many number 1s she's got. She has so many top 10 hits and number 1 hits. She's got enough shows to fill an entire half-hour or 15-minute halftime show. And I saw this year on the Prismatic Tour. She's not the best singer in the world, but she still sung pretty well. When I saw this past August on the Prismatic Tour, I can only imagine the staging. Her staging and her props and the costume changes and everything more amazing. Can only imagine what kind of show she's going to bring to the halftime show. Sponsored by Pepsi. They posted a YouTube video of her running through ideas for the show. It's kind of a viral video. It's out right now on YouTube here. And I kind of like the video. I can't wait to see Katy Perry tear it up at the Super Bowl halftime show on February the 1st. Should be a very intriguing halftime show to say the least. Whether you love or hate Katy, you will be watching. And that is it. It's Atakline for today. Mountain Family takes this week off for Thanksgiving. I liked their episode last week. But Duck Dynasty's on this week. Congrats to Sadie Robinson. One of up for Dancing with the Stars. I stopped watching it a long time ago. But congrats to Alfonso Ribeiro, a.k.a. Carlton, from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, winning the Dancing with the Stars Disco Ball Trophy. So, like I said, that's it for the Atakline. Thank you all very much for watching this Thanksgiving Eve edition. With that in mind, y'all been attacked by the news from Zach. Thank you again. And have a great Thanksgiving, everybody. See you later. Gobble, gobble. Yeah.